Okay, we need to be clear about some terminology. Any polynomial can be written like this. It can always be factored into linear and quadratic factors. By factors, I mean this is a factor, this is a factor, this is a factor, this is a factor, this is a factor. Okay? This is a linear factor. X plus 2 is a linear factor with multiplicity 2. X minus 3 cubed is a linear factor with multiplicity 3. This is an irreducible quadratic since b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. This is a reducible quadratic. Since b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, you've got two zeros. Okay? So it's really two linear factors. Now this is really two linear factors also. That's what we mean by the multiplicity, right? You've got three linear factors here, all the same. You have a multiplicity of 3. Okay, so we know where the zeros of this function are. And I did in my head, I think the zeros of this one are at about 2.3 and negative 8.3. Okay, did it in my head, so who knows for sure. So you can always check me on that. So we're going to do the graph of this thing. Well, it looks like I've got, okay, a linear factor. If I was to expand this all out, what would my highest power of x be? Well, I get an x here, I get an x squared here, an x squared here, I get an x cubed here, an x squared here, and an x cubed here, right? So what would that give me? An x and an x squared gives me an x cubed, another x squared gives me x to the 5th, another x squared gives me x to the 7th, and an x cubed gives me x to the 10th. Okay? If x is a really big positive number, x to the 10th is going to be a big positive number, right? Really big. And if x is a great big negative number, x to the 10th is still going to be a really big positive number. So the end behavior is it's got to go up really fast here, it's got to go up really fast here. Okay? The multiplicity of this is 2. Multiplicity of 3 is 3. Which means that when the graph hits this 0 here, multiplicity 2 comes from x plus 2 squared. X plus 2 squared is just a horizontal shift of the x squared. Okay? Just a horizontal shift. The vertex is going to be on the axis. When this one hits 0, it's going to hit 0 like a cube. Because this is just the x cubed function shifted 3 units to the right. Okay? There's got to be a vertical stretch involved too because of all this other stuff in here. But that's all we've got. So we know that this is going to act like a parabola either this way or this way. This is going to act like the x cubed function shifted over 3 units, which means it's going to come down like this, level off, and then go back down, or come up, level off, and go on up. Just like the x cubed function that you're familiar with. Okay. So we can draw the graph. Okay? All these are simple zeros or linear zeros except for these two. So don't bother saying they're linear. If they're linear zeros, then this is just like a translation of a y equals x function, which is a straight line through the origin. So you move that over to x equals 4, it's going to go through this way or this way. Okay? Just like a straight line at that point. It's going to be the same at all these other points. So we're going to come down and we're going to go through here. And then we're going to hit this multiplicity 2, 0 like this, because again, x plus 2 squared just gives you a shifted, horizontally shifted x squared function. And then we're going to come down here and we've got to turn around to get up through this one. And we gotta turn around and get this one, but it's like a multiplicity 3, so it's gonna kind of level off before it turns around and goes up like this. And there's your graph. You want to understand that.